Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. Not only do I hope that this is good just for the sake of it, but on top of that, I just got off work and I'm really thirsty, so I really want this to be good. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That's kind of the case, I guess, because technically I did this yesterday. So yeah, yesterday I went over there, I got off work, and I knew that I needed to pick up some supplies. I was running low on some stuff. And originally I was going to head on out to Walmart, get some stuff there. But instead, I decided I'd hit up a little bit closer spot. Hooray, planes, right? And them flying over me as I do my reviews. But yeah, so I went over there. And here in Illinois, there's a local chain of supermarkets called Jewel. They've been around for I don't know how long. Longer than I've been around, because I was going there when I was a kid. And, I like to hit them up periodically. Even though we have, the Targets and the Walmarts and stuff, it's nice to hit up, nice little local spot. And it also provided me with an opportunity to continue a series of videos that I've been doing now, which is, this is where the review comes in, boom! I'm trying out a non-name brand soda. This specifically is from Signature Select. This is their cola soda. This is basically, it's Jewel's, their off-brand Coke. I have now reviewed, I've done Walmart, the Great Value cola that they have. I've also done Aldi, their Summit Cola. So I've been kind of trying to do these little budget colas, and sort of compare them, against the actual stuff and if they're worth, investing in. So I'm hopeful that this will be good. What with this being from a local establishment and actually being part of their brand, this is going to end up on my Eating Out Illinois playlist, which is a playlist for just like local establishments. And Jewel's a local establishment. This is their soda. So let's give it a go. I remember liking Signature Select. I haven't bought it in quite a while, but I remember as a kid periodically, we'd get it at the house. So I'll be interested to see how their cola holds up. It smells okay, maybe a little bit underwhelming, but ooh. That ain't half bad. It's got a nice little cola bite to it. Carbonation level is really nice. That ain't half bad at all. That is actually pretty damn good. Like, that's kind of proper as far as being a cola is concerned. It hits all the notes that I wanted to hit. I'd even go as far as to say it has a little bit of depth to it. Not a ton. Like, I'll say this right off the bat. Is it as good as, like, the major name brand ones? Your Cokes, your Pepsis, hell, even your RCs. No, it's not quite that good. It is a little bit lacking. It does still have a little bit of a budget cola kind of thing to it. But I cannot emphasize this enough. It is not a prominent aspect of the flavor, that budget aspect. It is, if you're talking, let's say you got kind of Coke at the top of the mountain, right? And let's say that in terms of cola flavor, they're at 100%. They're doing it. They've been doing it. They're going to keep doing it. With this, I would honestly go as far as to say 85 to 90% of the way. It is very close. Like, and I'm not saying the flavor is one for one, anything like that. But I don't feel like I'm drinking a budget soda. It feels like I'm just drinking a off-brand cola. And the two aren't necessarily the same thing, because you can get like off-brand colas and stuff, like small batch stuff and everything like that are, perfectly good in terms of flavor and all that. it tastes more along the lines of that instead of just buying something again for like a budget. And in terms of like the price, because that does kind of tie into these uh, non-name brand sort of things. These cost for a 12 pack it was a little bit cheaper than even the Walmart stuff, just a little bit, but basically around the $4 margin. And when you consider uh, it's a little bit too hot. I need the airflow. Um, when you consider, that you're paying like basically twice as much for a 12 pack of Coke or Pepsi, I mean, I'm going to say this right now. I obviously don't have like a great deal of experience to, draw from. Like I said, I've done Walmart, I've done Aldi. I do intend to kind of hit up some other places too. I would say that in terms of the battle of the off-brand colas, this is definitely my favorite. I can't, it's a little bit hard to say because I don't have the others here to directly compare to, but I definitely prefer it to the Summit Cola from Aldi. That much I can say for certain. The Sam's Choice from Walmart, I don't remember enjoying it as much as this. Because this is, again, it's a proper cola. Like, it does not taste budgety. It's got a nice flavor to it, and it feels full. It just doesn't feel as full as, again, like your Cokes, your Pepsi. That is a more than perfectly acceptable cola. That is actually a rather nice cola. Again, not up there, but like, that's just good. It's doing all the things I want it to do as a cola. It's got some flavor to it. It's got a little bit of a bite to it. I like the carbonation level. This is proper. This is genuinely proper. I will drink the rest of these happily. But, two questions have to be asked. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? Yes and yes. I honestly think, for me personally, maybe at some point I'll do like a special episode where I do like a direct comparison with the budget ones, like right up against one another. But I definitely like it more than the Aldi stuff, for sure, because I reviewed the Aldi stuff just last week. The Walmart stuff was, a few weeks ago, so my memory might be a little bit here or there, but I definitely like this one. Stop with the planes. I don't live that close to the airport. Like, yes, there is an airport several towns over, but I'm not that close to it, not in that direct a path. But anyway, I think for me personally, because basically what you're looking for in terms of, these budget sodas, you're looking for a substitute. And ideally, you want a substitute that's going to be as close to, what you're getting from the actual stuff. And in that regard, this is as close as I've personally found to, like, the name brand stuff. And when you consider you're paying half as much, I mean, it's a bargain. Genuinely, that's a bargain. That is something where I would be willing to get this. I still want a Coke, I still want a Pepsi. I definitely want an RC because I'm a big fan of RC personally. But this is one of those things where it's like, no, man, like, I would be willing to get this, because the level of flavor that I'm getting for what I'm paying, I'd be more than willing to get this over a pack of Coke or, a pack of Pepsi. Maybe not all the time, but like on the regular, yeah. Yeah, and if I'm recommending it, obviously you got to kind of, be in the Illinois area to make use of it, so there's that. But I think that typically when I go over there and if I'm recommending them, I recommend them more in the concept, or more in the, the aspect of, like, again, they're a budget thing, so use them where it makes the most sense, like a party or, something like that. This is something where I don't think there's any caveats attached to this. This is just, if you like cola sodas, this is a good cola soda. It's not quite as good as, again, those, like, the main brands, the top tier ones, but it is damn close. And I don't feel like if you buy this and if you're a cola fan, I don't feel like you're going to feel like you're getting ripped off, or you're going to feel like you're getting a lesser product. So I have to give them, and I'm not just doing this because, again, it's a local, thing or whatever like that. I'm not like, fuck you, Walmart. It's like, look, man, Walmart's fine. I mean, some of their practices and shit are super shitty, but big fucking corporation bullshit. No, this is genuinely some proper stuff. So it definitely gets my endorsement in that regard. But 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly signature selectastic rest of your life. Now, the thing is, they do have other sodas. So we'll see how those hold up, because I'm definitely going to make them a priority now. We'll see, where it comes into play. If their cola has impressed me, but will their others? Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, I made this this call to action when I reviewed the Summit Cola, which I think should be up before this one. We'll see. I haven't uploaded it yet, but it's in the backlog. But yeah, so if there are any other non-name brand colas, that are associated with a given store or anything like that, let me know, and let me know which ones I should try out, because I have a few in my head. But a lot of places don't have this stuff. Honestly, I'm surprised that Jewel does, but Jewel's been around for such a long time. I get where they're coming from as far as that whole thing is concerned. But I know, I've been to a few other, kind of local supermarkets that are fairly good size, and they don't have, any non-name brand stuff. So, but like I said, I'll eventually try to get around to more of these. But, your assistance always helps, so anyway.